Oh my gosh, all I've done this week is just like renovate. I haven't done laundry. I haven't done life things. So if you're also like that, testing out some stain for this video, that always makes me feel like I'm accomplishing something and not feel defeated. A meeting would be a distraction from my project, or a project would be a distraction from the meeting. Invite things that make me happy into my day every day. Ready, set, go.
Indigo sunset, it's the only way to go. I've been waiting for the fallout in the middle of the night. Things are starting like cattle. You and me will be alright.
Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the vlog. It's actually not morning anymore. Well, it's almost the afternoon. It's like almost noon now. I'm a very productive person by nature, and I always have been. I always like to keep myself busy and work on projects. It may have come from like the fact that my brother is 11 years older than me, so eventually moved off to like college, and I was kind of quote unquote living in the house alone, like an only child, but I wasn't an only child. So I entertained myself. And I get this question a lot from you guys, like, how do I get so much done? How do I accomplish so much? How do I, take on so many projects without burning myself out? I get this question a lot, and I wanted to do like a vlog dedicated to just like taking you guys through my day and how I stay really productive and tools that I use. I'm a big planner, so like how do I do all of that to just like keep both my personal life feeling productive, that I'm getting things done, and then also in content creation and projects. I'm getting my vlog live too, so let me set this to upload today's vlog. And we also have to make the thumbnail for that. I think a lot of things that I'm gonna say are contrary to what other productive people say. I am an example of a productive person that doesn't do the productivity hacks that everyone preaches. I'm like completely opposite. Just because I feel like I had to figure out how I could be productive the best way for me, because everyone's different and everyone does things differently. Left brain is more creative, right brain is more like analytical and stuff. I'm a little bit of both, actually. I kind of like ride the line between creativity and being very like organized and planned, but I feel like in my productivity, I lean more creative. So I operate better like a creative. I get inspiration and it hits me at like the middle of the night, and I'll be like my most creative at like 4 a.m. And sometimes I'm up at 4 a.m. like writing notes and having these like brainstorming sessions. I just had to learn how I was most productive, and I feel like that's the best way. I am not a morning person. I do not wake up at 5 a.m. I woke up at 5 a.m. for an estate sale, and it almost killed me. I like slow, calm, and no talking until 10. No meetings. I know myself, and I am not a morning person. Neither is Kinsley. It's almost noon and she is sitting here sleeping. We're just not like that. My responsibilities are very low. Like, I have a business that I run, and that's it. Like, there's no one around me kind of dictating my schedule. I don't have kids yet. If you are a mom and a parent, I commend you. We'll do a whole nother one when I have a family on how I continue to stay productive if I even can, like in my business, But as of now, I mean, I'm functioning like I'm in my early 20s. Even though I'm 34, there's not a lot of exterior things or people that are kind of dictating my schedule too, that need me to do something. To preface, I should tell you a little bit about my job and why I do the things that I do. So I work full-time on my projects, on the renovation, and then share my projects through content creation on social media. And that wasn't always my life. I worked corporate for well over a decade. I grew the ranks, I climbed the corporate ladder, and a lot of the hacks that I do now still applied then. Not being a morning person, not scheduling super early meetings if I could. Obviously, there's a lot of external factors and a lot of other people in a larger business. I towards the end of my career in fashion, I was the VP of marketing. So I had a pretty high level job where it afforded me to kind of dictate my own schedule. I was the one, I like to be in control. I could dictate when meetings happened, especially in my own team, but in other times I just couldn't. I think the only real big difference was that I was still working on my own home projects through my corporate life, but it more so happened on the weekends. So some of these things really just applied to when I had my own time. It's a big reason why I left the corporate world to become an entrepreneur, because it's just like ingrained in me, like it's in my blood, like it was something I always wanted, and to really be successful at it. So now looking back, one of the main reasons I left my corporate job was to design the life that I have now, that I could dictate every part of my schedule and work my butt off in the process, but at the same time live a more balanced life the way that I wanted to live it. So a lot of these things still apply, just kind of on the weekends. Even when Romeo's here, I do feel like I'm less productive. That's why we do spend time apart when I'm working on the cottage, because I'm creative in a sense that I need to create kind of solo, and I can't do that when someone else is like, what can I help you with? What can I do? Like, that is not productive for me. I'm a very like solo worker in my business. Like this morning is a very typical morning when I have a video that's going live. So today is Thursday when I'm filming this, and I had a vlog that's going live. This one particularly was the early morning estate sale that we went to. We took a road trip to south of Houston, and we saw Robbie and my brother. Robbie's my nephew. He's just started to walk like literally the day before we went. So it's just like a moment I didn't want to miss. That was this vlog that I was doing. And this is a very normal day in my life, because like normally 3 times a week, I'm getting a video up live in the early morning. I'm finishing it up. I'm adding my special touches. And then I move on to working on the project for the day. So I'm going to get my video live, make a thumbnail really quick, and then we're gonna dive into some other stuff. Okay, I'm working on a thumbnail for my vlog for today, and I have one picture that I could use, and I normally like to have 2 side by side. I like there to be like an up close shot. Like this one, for instance, is finding a vintage oil painting that was worth the 1,500 pounds. So that equates to about 1,900 American dollar, which is crazy. I did feel like at the time I was like paying up for this art, but I just knew something about it just screamed I needed it. Like, I don't know, like I just needed her. I paid $495 for it, but if it's worth $2,000, that's kind of crazy. There she is. Love her. She's just so chic. Like, I love her. Okay, I need to lay this out and take pictures somewhere. Maybe over here. Not a ton of sunlight. Also, this frame that I found is absolutely stunning. Love this. So I just kind of like to gather some things. Kinsley, I'm sorry, did I scare you? Oh yeah, that totally works. So now I can edit this picture and use it for the side of the thumbnail. And kind of call out that it's like, would be like 1,900 USD, because that's like super cool. Got my video live. Just checking to make sure it's okay. Indigo sunsets, it's the only way to go. I always sing that song. I love that song. When it says indigo sunsets, I'm like, ah, it just makes me so happy. I love that intro song. Kinsley, how am I supposed to work? This is why I'm sometimes not productive, because I just want to lay with her. Love you. So now it's noon. I've finished my video. It's live. I can check that off my list. I've answered all of my emails. I've drank my coffee. It's time to get ready. So I'm going to be working outside today. So it's just my renovation uniform, if you will, a t-shirt that I can get paint on or stain on, and some pants. So, I kind of think about what I'm doing that day to get dressed, obviously, like we all do. That's a given. I will say though, I do things throughout the day that make me happy, even if they might be ridiculous to some people, because if I'm happier, I'm more productive. So like, I just took a bubble bath, not a very long one, but I put bubbles in my bath. it makes me happy. I took a bubble bath. And normally I do that at night because I'm like gross from like working outside. I probably will do it otherwise tonight. Think about the things that like the little things that just like make you happy and do them. Make time for them. Because you'd be surprised. We're gonna be working on trim all day. So I'm gonna do my makeup, and I wanna talk to you guys about this app that I use that is actually a newer app that I use for this, but I've been doing this kind of productivity kind of hack for a while, where I block out times. I am a person that can easily get caught up in a project, and I wasn't really keeping other parts of my business or my life kind of like juggled and in the air. I was like, oh my gosh, all I've done this week is just like renovate. I haven't done laundry. I haven't done life things. So if you're also like that, creating a block schedule, like literally blocking out your time on days that are busiest, or that you want to get a lot accomplished, really helps. Now, I'm not saying do it every day. I definitely don't, because some days I don't want to be so rigid in my schedule because that actually hurts my creativity sometimes. But I need those days when I just like tackle things, you know, like get things done. I used to do it and block out my schedule just in my Google Calendar because that's what I use for my business, and I, you know, kind of keep everything organized. I keep a really detailed calendar of like deadlines and projects I'm working on so that I can keep my business going, you know, and appointments for personal and things. So I use Google Calendar because I can have it on my computer, obviously. I can have it on my phone. Recently, I've downloaded the free version. I only use the free version of this app. It's called Structured. And it's really cool. Like today, for instance, last night I worked on my schedule. This is like 9 a.m., wake up, get my vlog live and answer emails, which I did, so I will check mark that. Get ready, you know, what I'm doing now. Also, it's not 12:30, it's now 1:30. That's okay. I give myself a little grace. Yes, this is a block schedule and it does help me, but do I stick to this exactly? No. I do get more done because I know what I need to do and I don't have to rethink. I'm like, what am I supposed to be doing right now? What am I supposed to be doing? Like, what did I have to do today? And I have to keep referring to something. No, I just go through this. It alerts me what I'm doing next. And it's like, I actually really, really like it. So today from 12:30 to the nighttime when I lose daylight, I am only working on living room trim. Like I'm dedicating the solid 6 hours to doing that project. So I don't have to think about anything else. I don't have anything else pressing. I've done all my emails. I can focus and I feel like I'm more productive if I'm focused. And that's a huge thing for me. I was gonna make dinner tonight, but I'm getting like super hungry already. So I may switch that to a lunchtime thing because I know once I get into a project, I won't eat. I dive into a project, not only do I not do anything else work-wise, I don't even stop to eat. So I try and like make sure that I'm eating. That's a great thing about actually Romeo being here because he keeps my personal life afloat. Like he and I make such a great team because he makes sure that my laundry is done. So I have work clothes and things. He feeds me, he cooks for me, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like, he is awesome, and he, like, does other, like, he does so much. Like, he'll break down boxes, or he'll take out the, like, all of those, like, life things. He keeps our life afloat. He's totally behind the scenes. Like, he doesn't like to be on camera a lot, so you don't see him, like, in the front a lot, but no, he's back there doing the most to support me in life and work. So try out the Structured app. I really like it. I just found, I think I saw some girl using it on TikTok. So I downloaded it and they have a paid version that's still not very expensive, but I find that the free version works like totally fine for me. So like right now, since Romeo isn't here, I've got the laundry going that I just started right before I got into the bath to get ready today. So I kind of like just like do those small jobs kind of in between. Since I work from home, I can, you know, keep those little personal items going. Hopefully not forget them in the washer because I do that a lot and then have to rewash them. It's kind of my toxic trait. This day, for instance, is like more of my normal day. When I have more things going on in the day, I'll actually show you like what my Structured app looks like on a busier day, because I think that was when blocking out my time like really comes in handy. And when I'm working on like a large project, I always try to have like a wind down from just work and read, watch TV on the couch with Kinsley or something. I'm gonna finish getting ready, and then hopefully I'm not like too far behind my block schedule. But this just goes to show you that like I never follow it exactly. But it is helping me stay on schedule, because I would still be in my pajamas right now, not getting ready. I would probably be like posting something else or still being productive, but in a not so purposeful way. Okay, so I was totally gonna make these tonight. I can't wait. I'm like starving. I'm gonna eat a snack while we do this. I wanna make these sweet potato fajitas. 10-minute prep time, that's not bad. A big thank you to HelloFresh for sponsoring this video. You guys know I love them. And I've never had this recipe before, because I like to mix it up. I have had this one before, chicken sausage spaghetti bolognese. It's so good. But we'll save that. That feels like a dinner when this one feels like a lunch one. You know what I mean? Take out our ingredients. Everything comes in here, so there's no food waste. Even though right now I'm at the cottage alone, I like making both servings. Like this is a 2 serving. They also have 4 if you have a bigger family. I like making both of them because then I have leftovers for tomorrow. So I save even more time tomorrow, and I also save time today and with these meals, because I didn't have to go to the grocery store or drive 30 minutes to get these ingredients. I didn't have to think about what, like imagine adding that to my to-do list of other things that I'm already doing. Like, oh, what am I gonna eat? Oh, let me figure out this menu item to make. No, I don't do that. I don't have time for that. Having HelloFresh meals in the fridge saves me so much time, so I can be more productive on other things, you know? So just those little hacks throughout life that really help. It's just for the sweet potatoes, so I'm gonna use this. HelloFresh also has over 40 different menu items that you can pick from every week. So I just go on the app and take a look at what they have each week, and then I put them into my cart to be delivered straight to my door. In addition to those 40, they also have over 100 items that you can pick from for like snacks, easy lunches and desserts, and pantry necessities that you can have in the house. But everything comes in one box together, delivered straight to your door. I also love their quick and easy recipes, because I can literally make a lunch or a dinner recipe in like under 15 minutes. It saves me so much time. I already have such a packed schedule with projects and stuff that cooking is not high on the priority list of things that I want to spend time on. So if it could be easy and it can be delicious, I am in. You can sign me up all day long. HelloFresh is also cheaper than grocery shopping, so why not? And it's 25% cheaper than takeout. So if you're like me and you're not a pro in the kitchen, but you still want to try and make delicious meals for yourself, your friends, your partner, or whatever, HelloFresh's recipes are so easy to follow. It will make you feel like a chef. So you guys definitely try out HelloFresh. You can get 16 free meals and free shipping by going to HelloFresh.com and using code MaCenna16. I have never had sweet potato tacos before. Let me try them. Let's do a little taste test. My mom would love these. My mom loves sweet potato. These are excellent. You guys, if you haven't tried out HelloFresh yet, go to HelloFresh.com, use my code MaCenna16 for 16 free meals and free shipping to try it out for yourself. They have tons of options. I was getting so hungry, like I had to eat before I started working today. I don't think I ate dinner last night. Maybe that's why I was so hungry. Anyways, I'm gonna eat this. We're gonna get started. It's definitely gonna rain today. It looks really overcast. I'm gonna check the weather. The stain that I'm using is water-based, so it's not super stinky like oil. So it's gonna be okay to have that in the house sooner than if it was oil-based. And I do some sanding. So we're working inside, so it's gonna be okay. That lunch was delicious. I am not being defeated by washing my clothes, by leaving them in the washer. I was like, let me go check and see if it's done. It was done. So move them over to the dryer. My pants are dry, so I can actually, you know, work in pants and not these shorts. Oh, sorry guys. Okay, this is ready to dry. We're gonna get started in the living room. I need to film an intro. I think I'm gonna sand first while I wait for some testing to be done on some stains. I'm testing out some stain for this video on a plinth. This is the plinth that goes at the bottom of the windows and the bottom of the doors. This is just one coat of each, and I was letting it dry to test the russet on it again. All of the wood is pine, some is old, some is new, so I'm just trying to like balance it all. Another project I want to work on just with you guys is I need to seal the inside of our kitchen drawers, because right now they're raw wood. You know, want to make sure that they're like super durable. I got this crystal clear lacquer, superior scratch protection, no sanding between coats, which is great. I don't want less sanding, the better. 30-minute dries to the touch, and I got it in a satin finish. I'm gonna test it out. On this drawer, this is like a bottom drawer. I'm gonna put another coat on this because this is not looking good. I just feel like all the wood takes the stain differently, and it's not ideal that I want to put so many coats on things, but it might be my only way to do it. So let's see. On things that are more textured, I like to use a brush for the stain and then just wipe off the excess. So not dark enough. The plinths are taking the color differently. I feel like I'm gonna have this problem all over the living room. It's the only room in the house I want all of the trim stained, and it's gonna be the hardest for sure. Okay, let's try and seal this. I mean, I feel like this is fairly straightforward. I'm just gonna spray it. They sell it in the brush form, like you could just like dip a brush in. I thought about doing that, and I don't know the difference. Like I know for sure like clear top coats of polyacrylic, I like to use a brush more, but that's really for like finishes, like the things that I'm gonna see. This I'm not gonna see. It's just protective. Never can get these open. Ready, set, go? Oh. It's stinky though. We'll let that dry. That smells worse than spray paint, for sure. This is the testing area here.
You just seem to have one single thing in mind. I'm canceling our date to save some time. So on the edge of life.
Got like 60% of it sanded. That's completely done with 2 passes with a lighter grit, so it makes it really smooth. These 2 spots I need to do the smooth part, and then I've got that underneath the windows to do. Stains coming off pretty easily, which means they didn't really put layers of it. I think that they stained it and then that's it. They just left it as is, and it just naturally yellowed, you know, over time. So at least I'm getting that off so I can start with a fresh coat. All of it's gonna be consistent-ish. Trying. I usually get to a point where I'm getting tired. I'm like, okay, what's a natural stopping point so that I can feel like I accomplished something like completely? So I've determined like, okay, I didn't know how long it was gonna take me to do all of the sanding and stuff and prep work. I did all my intros and stuff for the video. I would feel accomplished if I can just get it all sanded. So then tomorrow, when I start working on this, I can just go ahead and cut and put up the new trim and start staining it. It always makes me feel like I'm accomplishing something and not feel defeated. So just like pick a natural kind of like stopping point so that you can at least check a portion of your work off your list. I used to very much be a person that would get really down on myself if I couldn't do everything I set out to do in that day. And I constantly felt like I wasn't doing enough. I think at the beginning of last year, I really made it like a point in my life to just like give myself grace and be like, I am doing enough. And as long as I get up every day and do something productive, and I feel productive, and I can check something off my list, I'm doing good. Even though, oh, of course, I wish I could have sanded it all and stained it all and put up all the trim and finished it all today. And that's just like not realistic. So as long as I'm making progress, I feel still really good. So I got that over there, that part to sand, and then I can clean up. You know, I can clean up all the sawdust and stuff, and it's like ready to stain tomorrow, which is good. I did it. I sanded it all. I don't know why I didn't sand it before I installed most of it. I think my priority was to seal up the house. And the wainscoting in here was a big portion of that. I feel like I thought about it and I was like, I'm just gonna do it later. The vacuum helps like 80%, but you're still gonna get those dust particles. But it does help a lot if you have to sand inside. But I feel very accomplished, but I've gotta clean it so that I can get the dust out of here. Otherwise I'm gonna start sneezing and stuff. That's why I wear the mask.
It's just the last time I can see you in a while. Is it the truth that you'll be living tonight? We should take
I'm wiping down like just with like a damp cloth, not like super. Did I scare you? I'm sorry. Just like wiping it down so it's like ready to be stained tomorrow. Because look at all this like sanding kind of residue that's on it. I was feeling like I was getting tired, like my arms were getting tired from sanding this side. And I wasn't like pushing as hard, so I wasn't getting as much of the stain off, but I feel like it's good enough. My goal was to just get the like layer of sealer, if any were on it, off, and the most of the stain off so that when I stain it, the wood can like accept the stain. If I have a lot of meetings in a week, or I have errands or something like all the same that I need to do in a week, I try and get them all done in one day. So I try and have all of my meetings in one day so I can dedicate that day to being on the computer, having my Zoom meetings, you know what I mean? Like I'm just in that mindset. And if I'm constantly stopping, it lets my body cool down. It's kind of like stopping your workout for a meeting. You know, like your body cools down, you're not going to get started back up again. It's hard. So I try and schedule, like if I have a whole bunch of errands to run, I'm not going to do those every day. I'm just going to do them all in one day. And I feel like that really helps me protect the time I have and be more thoughtful with my time. I limit my distractions. Like I feel like a meeting would be a distraction from my project, or a project would be a distraction from the meeting. I try and really batch the things that I'm doing. All my meetings in one day, all my errands in one day, all my house stuff in one day. Like if I'm gonna like clean the house and do the laundry, I really try and do all of those things in one day. And I feel like it really, really helps. You really have to just figure out how you're most productive. And I feel like for a long time, I felt like I wasn't as productive as other people because everyone said you have to wake up early in order to be productive. And I feel like that was like the one thing that everyone talks about. And I was like, but I hate waking up early. I don't want to do that. So I really figured out how I work best. And I'm more of a night owl, and I'm just more productive and thoughtful with the time that I do have, so I don't have to wake up at the crack of dawn to do it. I value my sleep a lot. Like I don't want to go on no sleep. So it's all about figuring out how you're most productive and doing the most with the time that you have. I really do schedule all of my deadlines and all of my projects and things in my Google Calendar. And then on major days that I'm gonna have a lot going on, I block my schedule on that app. It's a free app. You know, you can just like try it out and see if blocking time actually helps. I don't feel like I followed it to a T today, and sometimes I'm better at that, but I don't really need to follow it to a T because I actually got everything on that blocked schedule and my to-do list today accomplished. So it was still helpful to kind of plan it out. And now I can like wind down and rest my back because my back's starting to kill me. So I hope that gave you guys some insight into like how I get, you know, so many projects done. And I felt like another factor in productivity is like burnout, and I have definitely burnt myself out from doing like just too much. When I was doing the kitchen this last time before I went back to LA, I was flat out burnt out. Like I didn't even want to look at a tool again. Like I was so tired. I was like, I've got to get this done. I've got to move on. Like I don't want to do this anymore. I had to get away, and I had to step away from it. And I feel like I used to do that and get more burnt out before I really found my rhythm, and like, you know, being a little more gracious with myself and my, you know, like content and stuff. And I do the best I can, and I know that that's enough. I feel like you can be productive to the point where it's actually like burnout status, you know, and that's not good. I'm just gonna wipe this down, chill for the rest of the night, kind of wind down because my back is starting to give out. I'm gonna take another bubble bath. I do a lot of stuff in my day, And I'm going to invite things that make me happy into my day every day, like 100%. Like, if it makes you happy, do it. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. I will see you again in a few days for another one. I don't know what we're gonna do yet. I need to look at my schedule, my calendar. I try and plan out my videos too for like events that are happening, like whether there's a flea market that we're going to or an estate sale. This video was actually one that's been on my list for a while because I know you guys always ask me like how I stay so productive and also happy through it. I feel like I stay happy and upbeat and positive because I plug in those things that make me happy, like the bubble bath. I mean, like little things like that, like just do them. If they make you happy, do them. If going on a walk to clear your head makes you happy and gives you space, like block out a 20-minute walk. Taking 20 minutes away from your work could make you more productive in your work, you know? She knows. She knows. Bye guys. I'll see you guys on Thursday. Kinsley, are you saying hi to everybody? You're in the way. She doesn't care.
I'm done with the defense. Drove back and climbed over your fence. Had to show you that I was